Okay, so we were happy on Friday. I'm going to guess we're sad today. Hello, big boy. GMJN, hello, Fong. Good to see you too, big boy. So, interesting. A couple really interesting things happened over the weekend. First of all, I mean, if you watch my video on YouTube on Friday, it's like I was expecting a sweep of the all-time high, just the tip, and then a dump, and that for Ethereum, and then that happened. But I mean, Bitcoin just went straight down. That's the thing that's kind of I did not expect that. I do expect that, yeah, perhaps 4,500 something was the bottom for Ethereum. I didn't expect Bitcoin to just lose all of its gains from Friday. So that's kind of the surprise for me. Edwin, I am live on TikTok. Alexander Jamal Costa. Good afternoon, Christian. GM Randy hit my ETH sell price on Sunday, and RRA couldn't sell because not 24/7. Yikes. Yeah, that's a downside, right? Good morning, Big D. That's a downside to having stuff in stocks. Like I bought some of the ETH ETF. Hello, Amir. So we'll see. Hopefully this sell. It looked like we were recovering, and then the stock market opened and things dumped. I'm hoping this is just all right, we couldn't sell anything all weekend. Now we're going to dump a little bit, and then we'll see what happens after that. Thank you, Gav's dad. Good morning, Rudy. Let's see. IRA is a scam. Okay. Hello, Redemption. Hello, old fella. Vchain, what's up with Vchain? Yeah, I want to find some entries, guys. I talked about this dip on Ethereum. Like I'm saying, okay. So I did not expect Bitcoin to dump as much as it did. I did expect Ethereum to dump after barely breaking its all-time high. I did not expect Bitcoin to go under 111. My goodness, man. Now Vchain, all right, maybe there's some hope with Vchain here. So let's see. 2.5 cents is the 200-day moving average. I've been wanting to just load up on some VChain. That might be a good one right now. So September red month, we'll see. I just made, so if you're asking about Bitcoin, I do not think we're going to break an all-time high in September for Bitcoin. But we could, at the same time, we could get into price discovery on Ethereum. So thoughts on Bitcoin M pattern? I don't think we're going to 92. I mean, I would say, so thoughts on Bitcoin M pattern on daily time frame, 92K target. Where are we getting 92 from? Good time to buy Chainlink. I'll look at Chainlink in a second. I mean, I see a very significant level here. I mean, if I see perhaps, the opposite of an Adam and Eve double bottom, an inverse Adam and Eve. So it seems to me like we would get to this liquidity zone here if that's what were to happen, where Bitcoin would go down to like 100 to 110, not to 92. Oh, 102. Okay, there we go. 102 would make more sense than 92. We're not going to 92. I shorted ETH from 4,900. Where should I close in long Uniswap? Foregone. I think you should. I think now's a good time to close. Yeah, I mean, we could go lower. I did say like maybe 4,400 for Ethereum. I do wonder for ETH if 45.23 if that was enough. People are really excited about excited. I mean, I don't want to say excited. They are very interested in Ethereum right now. So Chainlink. Thank you, TCAS, for the follow. I still have a limit order set on Chainlink at $23.29. So I'm just keeping that open. I'll stick with that. And then long Uniswap. 1020. I'd say we're close enough. 983 for Uniswap. How about that? Chainlink bearish divergence. Okay. Where should I king Uniswap? Oh, king Uniswap. Oh yeah, long Uniswap. All right, and Chainlink bearish. Pretty much every coin has bearish divergence on every time frame. All right, Vchain. I already said I like Vchain. All right, every time frame. I'm not going to look at every time frame, but let's look at Chainlink. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, here's the deal. That upthrust on Friday was so violent that, yeah, it makes sense that we would see a bearish divergence. I mean, for Chainlink, you could even draw a trend line here. It was so fast and so quick. Yeah, so 4 hour, 1 day, weekly, not surprised. That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't mean we are automatically going to go down from here. So maybe Chainlink, I mean, it's still the same thing. If Bitcoin's RSI is at 40, at a score of 40, I'm very interested in buying Bitcoin. And here's the RSI. Where is it right now? Right now it's at 40. So big boy, I'm actually agreeing with you on something. After what's happened over this weekend with Bitcoin, that was really surprising to me. I have a hard time. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we got up to 117 and put in a lower high there. And then here's something very important for you guys to. Somebody reminded me of this on my X account. Every September, Bitcoin has interacted with the 20-week SMA. That's this red line right here, the lower band on the bull market support band as of right now. The red line. Right now, the bull market, so the 20-week simple moving average is like mid 106. So I very much expect Bitcoin to get down to the 20-week simple moving average. Maybe like if it's at the end of September, that would be like 112. Maybe around there. If it's early September, it would probably be like 108. So Bitcoin will very likely interact, whether it's a wick, just a dip down to that or whatever, at some point over the next 35 days. So check it out. Holding on my link till $29.99 to sell initial $12.88. Okay. Yeah, CME gap just above 116. Yeah. So as of right now, I mean, for this week, I'm thinking we're going to fill that CME gap at least for Bitcoin. So do you post? So I already talked about Vchain. I like Vchain right now. Do you post limit orders anywhere? Not really. I mean, I'll say, hey, I just entered a long on Bitcoin or whatever in my Telegram group. WW Bitcoin's calls, I think is what it's the name of it. Let's see. Good morning, me. Thank you, Cindy, for the follow. Thank you, Crypto Juice. What's the short-term ETH analysis? I mean, I've given lots of short-term ETH analysis recently, and it's done pretty much what I said it was going to do. We have a CME gap at 92K. You think it won't fill? It will fill eventually, yes, but not. I think we'll put in a new all-time high for Bitcoin in the fourth quarter. I tend to think CME gaps don't really matter. They mostly fill, you know. So, all right, short-term ETH analysis. I mean, I drew this on my YouTube channel here. Barely breaking the all-time high, dumping to about 4,400, which 45.23. I think that was the bottom yesterday or overnight. That might be enough. And then grinding higher, maybe taking a week or so to climb, and then have a clean break of the all-time high and go into price discovery. So that's my short-term ETH analysis. My arrow did a 155, did hit 155, solid sold initials. Nice, you're doing it right, JN. They mostly fill. Yeah, they mostly fill. There's weeks when we're looking bullish, and the CME gaps we're talking about, the CME gaps, so they mostly fill. And, you know, I will say this. There is, and let's not get into a pissing contest in the comment section on the CME gaps, okay? My perspective with them is, yeah, they may not fill on a given week, But there's been plenty of times when I thought it wouldn't fill and it did fill. So sure, they're not magical, sure. JE and Mumin, thanks for the follow. Just join. You share your thoughts on Hbar. I have not. I like buying crypto right now. I like the idea of buying crypto right at this moment. Hbar, you know, you can see a series. You could draw a downtrend on Hbar, and so maybe it's going to get. There's kind of two lines in the sand that I'm seeing a downtrend line, and then 22 cents. I'd like to see it get to 22.28, and then I'd be buying some. Just curious, how do you come up with the name World War Bitcoin? Ooh, that's a long story. I think that as Bitcoin goes into as it gains in influence, there's going to be more nation states that see it as a threat, and then they're going to try to shut it down or something, and they're not going to succeed. Chucky, thanks for the follow. World War Bitcoin. Do you think ETH and alts will stay strong despite Bitcoin showing weakness? Correct. Yes. Well, I talked about that. I just made a video and posted it on my backup TikTok account. I posted on my YouTube account, World War Bitcoin. I posted on X. I even posted on Instagram. I have a very small following on Instagram because there's too many fakes. And that's my general thought is we can see Bitcoin range between 110 and 120, or even lose 110 and just keep on ranging. And I think Ethereum will still go like, so let's say Ethereum goes into price discovery and goes to, I don't know, $6,000 or something like that throughout the month of September. I could see Bitcoin rallying up to 117, 120, and Ethereum just going crazy. And then I could see altcoins following Ethereum's lead, but then Bitcoin is still just hanging around. That's my thought. Will we see a bear market again? Yes, and a lot of altcoins are still in bear markets. Can you look at ATR? It has zero dilution. What's ATR? All right, so zero dilution. Art trade. I mean, it doesn't look like it can go much lower than where it is right now. I wouldn't be in love with this. I have no idea what it is though. So I don't know. I mean, it looks like it's in some form of accumulation. Do you see an AI slur meme coin trend? What? Dured Boomlinks, thanks for the follow. Are we cooked? Yes, we're totally cooked. CE, thank you for the follow. Any expectations on Epic Chain and Pinlink? I'll do an Epic Chain update tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's gonna do. I think it's gonna put in another like higher at least, and then Pinlink probably. Pinlink looked pretty good last I saw it. So yeah, I think it's just formed. Well, you know, false breakdown, and then it's back in its range. Give it some time with Pinlink. I mean, we need Ethereum at an all-time high and holding that. It's an RWA token. Okay. What coin do you think will rip the hardest? The real Ethereum? ETH Classic? I don't know, man. Probably something that's not even on my radar. Thoughts on Constellation, DAG, and RSR? Ugh. I'll look at DAG. DAG, there's nothing that I can really say with DAG that's like, oh, wow, this thing's ready to rip. RSR, hey, at least RSR is above its 200-day. Some hopes with that. Let's see. Fluke, thanks for the follow. Something about TAR's ATH. I don't know about ATH, but I'm riding the retraces. I'll ride it with TAR, with TAR's AI. Coffee or tea? Coffee. Easy. Oh, Neo. Okay, Neo looks ready. So somebody asked about Neo. It might be time. It might be time for Neo. Let me see the volume. Oh, volume's picked up recently. Man, yeah, Neo might be a good play. So, Amir, if you're watching right now, Amir sent me a message earlier asking for entries. TARS is in S-Coin. Everything's in S-Coin except for Bitcoin and a few others. Did you see SHDW? No. Ape in Neo? I mean, DCA into Neo. It could still be a little bit before it rips hard. Why is XRP dipping under $3 again and again? That's a good question. I mean, here's the deal, man. XRP will do this, and then you'll get frustrated, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, XRP will kind of blow your mind. So similar to Hbar, similar structure with Hbar. All right, big boy, your every other comment is you. I'm going to have to, you can come back tomorrow. Sorry, not sorry. I think last time I went live, it was the same thing with you. Every other comment, it's big boy commenting, XRP's a scam, blah, blah, blah. I don't care if XRP's a scam. I care about making gains off of cryptos, okay? I'm not in love with XRP. I don't hate XRP. I'm in it to make gains. I don't see XRP hitting 1,000. My target is at most $8.92 for XRP for this cycle. Where's the best site to buy new coins early on? I don't know, man. That's not how I roll. Man, you hit it on the head. ETH all-time high, then 5 to 10% dip. Yeah. And now I'm like, I told myself I wasn't going to get nervous, and I'm not nervous, but like this Bitcoin price action after all that is what that took me by surprise. XRP isn't going beyond $5. It's going up to at most $8.92. I try, it's complete trash. I try to remove my feelings about a crypto when I look at it. Okay. So is AO's a buy now at 34 cents? I guess. Again, AI cryptos, I'm not in love with them. Maybe, I kind of would, I like the bottom of this range here, 33.37 cents. So who cares if the charts can make money? Who gives a crap? That's exactly how I feel. ETH is just in a buy side sweep. It'll chill for a bit, then rip back up like you wouldn't believe it. I agree with that. I mean, that's been, again, all right, you guys want to see my my chart here, my projection that I laid out last week. It happened a little earlier than I thought. I thought it would happen this week where ETH would barely break its all-time high and then get rejected there. But it happened over the weekend. And okay, well, we went down to 45.25-ish. Is that enough? I think that could be enough for Ethereum. And so where do we go from here? I think we're going to grind our way higher. It's not going to be like tomorrow, but maybe by the end of this week, we'll be back up at 49. And then we'll get into price discovery. So people who say 10K need to learn market cap, they say you need to learn that XRP is different. That drop in Bitcoin was wild, yeah. How does it feel to be the GOAT? Well, thank you, Kevin, but there's plenty of opportunities for people to remind me of when I get things wrong. So Prime Coin, any thoughts? Can DCA now? Guys, by the way, I am live on another platform. I'm not going to name that other platform because last time I went live, TikTok didn't like that I was quote unquote directing traffic to another website, or another platform. Oh man, you want a DCA Prime. At some point, it's going to work out to DCA Prime. I just don't know about right now. I would love to see some strength here. Any HEEHEE news? Nope. Sorry. I'm telling you, when the time comes, there will be plenty of HEEHEE news, but not right now. Let's see. Thought on Ondo. Let's take a look at Ondo. Ondo's looking pretty good. So you could call this a month and a half long bullish pennant, really. I'd be okay with buying Ondo right now. Bearish or bullish for September? All right, hold on. I'm getting a little bit behind here. So give me a second. September 17th, alts will go crazy. It depends on what happens before then. If alts don't really do much until September 17th, then we'll see. Then I think so. If they pump really hard leading into September 17th, I think alts are going to dump for a little bit. Not anything crazy. When spreadsheet on? Spreadsheet is not on. I mean, listen, there's a lot of cryptos on that spreadsheet that I think will fill, but a lot of them are absolutely toast. So, all right, Avalanche, 2438. Yeah, Avalanche looks pretty good. I don't think it's going to explode out of nowhere, but volume's picking up a little bit, and it's on the right side of things, finding some support. So I like Avalanche. Bearish or bullish September? I think I would say more bullish. I'd say not bullish for Bitcoin. Not bearish, but not bullish for Bitcoin, but bullish for Ethereum and by extension altcoins. You're a moon boy? I'm a moon boy? I'm not a moon boy. What are you talking about, Rack Properties? I'm a moon boy. People criticizing me for being too bearish all the time, and you're calling me a moon boy. Next 1 to 2 times, does it take break all-time high from ETH? Yes. Pendle target, I don't know, $20. Let's see. Why I follow you? You don't hate or date, you just trade. Yep. XRP isn't going to $9. You're a moon. Oh, you're upset about the $9 price target. $8.92. Nah. I mean, here's the deal, man. Truth and time goes hand in hand. And maybe I'm crazy, but 4.236 extension, okay? So understand the logic behind $8.92 before you calling me a moon boy. All right? The idea that you are calling me a moon boy, me of all people a moon boy, it's insane. I am not. I think there's a lot of emotion in your comments on XRP. The reason why I give that is I looked at market cap. I've done lots and lots of analysis on XRP. All right. I don't care about XRP. I do not care about XRP. But I'm looking at the charts. I'm looking at what would a 4.236 extension look like for market cap on XRP, and a 4.236 extension market cap divided by circulating supply gives us $8.92. And I would not be surprised at all if it did a 4.236 extension on market cap. Do you know what that is before you're calling me a moon boy? You're insane. What spreadsheet are you speaking about? I did the first 4 months of 2024, I did a series of price targets. Some of those are in play, absolutely. And I put them all on a spreadsheet. Others are not. Any thoughts on SPX versus Pudgy? Pudgy, 100%. My goat. Hey, was William Watson on with you the other day? No. I like William, but it was Devin. What's up, Benji? All right, let me plow through some comments on TikTok. Pengu, like I said, is my #1 Robinhood meme coin. You've been wrong the entire cycle. Dude, Rack, what is wrong with you, man? I don't know what you're doing right now, but I guess I'll mute you. If you're going to keep on saying stuff like this, then I'm going to have to block you. You, Rack, this Rack guy, if I've been wrong this entire cycle, tell me someone who's been right. There's been plenty of things that I've been wrong about on smaller time scales, but I have hit the nail on the head over and over again to the point where I don't even feel like I need to prove myself. And this guy's calling me a moon boy. I mean, I know you ignore the haters, right? Ignore the haters. Okay. I get it. Thank you, luxury cigar reviewers. So anyway, I missed a lot of comments here. So if I skipped over your comment, just please ask it again. I'm sorry. Did your other account get hacked? No, this one guy, he's going around reporting old videos of TikTok content creators and getting those accounts banned, and then messaging these people asking, demanding some ransom. And I'm like, screw you. My TikTok account isn't that valuable for me. But other people have paid him, which has only energized him. All right, thoughts on GRT? I wouldn't touch it yet. No signs of life on GRT just yet. Give it a little bit of time. It's worth monitoring. You think we're getting more rate cuts after September? Yeah. People are mad. Cryptos are down today. It had to happen to go forward. Yep. And who called that? I'm always wrong. Who called that? What do you think Pengu's top is this cycle? At least 10x. Do you think this cycle will be better than last? No. Can you predict Near protocol? I mean, Near looks good right now. I don't necessarily have a prediction. Price target for Hbar. My initial target was 42 cents. I guess I'll stick with that. It's probably going to go higher than that. All right, please don't spam. All right, Quant. What's your view on AOs? Again, I'm super down on AI cryptos right now. Quant, what do you say about Quant? Quant does what Quant does. That's my saying from 2021. I like Quant at right around $100. I'd be buying some at that point. ETH, please. Already talked about ETH a ton. Watch my videos on my backup TikTok account, WWBTC5. Does Gala have any hope? I mean, there's some hope for some gains. Just don't expect it to do anything significant. We're not talking about going back to all-time highs, So, thoughts on ADA entry right now? Cardano. Pretty good entry right now. Another back test of this trend line. I wish I could show you my screen, but TikTok's going to be upset about that. So, I'd have no problem buying ADA right now. Man, all right, the comments are too hot. I'm sorry. I can't keep up. Thank you, Wes. Really appreciate it. I may or may not be live on another platform, and I will be able to get to your comments on that other platform. Let's see. Well, I just longed Uni and my liquidation is 9.3. Is that pretty safe? Yes. If I move coins, I'm taking those gains but entering a new position, right? Yes, JN. I'm not sure what you're saying, JN. Good morning, Alex. Cut up on the live. Was a few minutes late. Always appreciate the work. Thank you, Yes Way. If any... Daryl, sorry, I missed something about Sapien AI. I'm not going to look at that. I'm sorry. I've never heard of it. I'm assuming it's like a really low cap coin. If any crypto has a chart similar to Near, it's hitting all-time highs this cycle 100%. Near will sweep $8, then consolidate and run for 15-20. I hope you're right, PZ. I could see that. When you wake up mad, maybe you should skip live streams. Am I mad? I feel like I'm doing pretty well today, despite the hate from this one guy. I wasn't mad when I woke up this morning. Should I have sold my Chainlink last week, or do you think it's going higher? I think it's going higher. You hold Chainlink right now. What do you think about Zebek? Oh, Zebek again. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe, maybe not. It's just the thing that concerns me about Zebek is it can always go. It can go back down. It exploded so much, so it can go back down further. Do you have a price target for API 3? Not necessarily. No. Surprised I haven't heard questions about LCX. Let's see LCX. Yeah, I mean it's cooling off a little bit. Why do you think this cycle won't be better than last? I mean, what are you talking about? What do you mean when you say better? I think last cycle, what we saw with alt season, it was not as significant as 2018. And I think just every alt season, whatever, is going to be diminished. That's my general thought. Is ETH likely to go down any more today or tomorrow? Guys, again, I laid out the game plan with Ethereum. It's done it almost to perfection. I'm not going to say to perfection. I did say that I thought maybe 4,400 was going to be the bottom after just barely breaking the all-time high. We went down to 45.22. That might be enough. And the reason why it might be enough is because, every time, all right, let me back up a second. Every time that a crypto breaks, that Bitcoin or Ethereum break their previous cycle peak, we see it break it just barely, and then it dumps. And what's the reason why? Because there's a lot of excitement, a lot of leverage, a lot of bullishness, and the market makers need to flush that leverage out, and then build up for a new all-time high. That's what happens pretty much every time. This time around, it happened so quickly on Friday that Ethereum, just like out of nowhere, really, like broke its all-time high. I mean, Ethereum opened the day at $4,200, and then it rallied and got almost to 4,900, barely breaking that 2021 peak. That there wasn't really enough time for people to build up the leverage, which makes me think that, yeah, we're not going down to 4,400, and that 45.23 was the bottom. So I know it took me a long time to explain that. Yeah, at least you aren't close to 1,000 people. Yeah, we're not at the peak. Now, listen, there is a chance that Bitcoin peaked. I don't think so. There's a small chance, but the exciting thing is, if you hear that, don't be too sad, because Bitcoin dominance is going to plummet further. And so Bitcoin could just range. I mean, look at the end of the early 2021 bull run. What happened is that Bitcoin ran out of steam, and then altcoins just went insane. They just went crazy. So, oh man. All right. I think the same will happen again. All right. In 2024, you said rate cuts led to a sell-off 1 to 3 months after the rate cut historically. Mackie, yeah, I think the same could definitely happen. Yeah. Ultra Shody, thanks for the follow. Can you give a quick heads up on a good spot basket to hold? Man, I'm still looking. So I like Near, I like Cardano. Just looking at those two charts. ICP, somebody asked me about ICP. Redemption, you asked me about ICP. I think ICP is fine to accumulate, to still be buying right now. I don't see much more of a floor from here, and eventually it will break through. And then I like Jasmine, Vchain for sure. Vchain, absolutely. I mean, Ethereum is still center stage. Ethereum will still outperform these other altcoins for the time being. But then when that stops, it's going to be dramatic. So you think cuts of 50 points is on the table for cuts? Not for the next Fed meeting, no. Ski hasn't woke up yet. He's still counting sheep. All right. He does live in a different time zone than I do. So you don't think it can go up to 124 one more time before it plummets? No, I listen, WRF, hear me out. What did I say? I said a small chance that Bitcoin has peaked. I think in the fourth quarter that Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high. Brian, thanks for the follow. Kim, Fa, TikTok, thank you. Big Papa, thank you for the follow. My ETH is 1x. Thoughts on taking 50% out? I'd wait until after a new all-time high. Do you have an outlook for ETH and Bitcoin for September? Mackie, man, this is just killing me. I know, all right, you're in here now. Okay, fine. But I've done this like 4 times now. Bull run over, see you in 4 years. Okay. All right. Man, all I can say is I wish I got ETH at 1,500 when the tariff news happens. Ugh. Man, yeah, I feel the same way. So what about Brett? I mean, listen, Brett could it could bore you to death, but I like Brett right now. Oh, Mackie. Alex, what happened to your old account? Someone reported all my old videos and demanded money. He wanted $3,000, and I was like, screw you, go away. I'm not paying you anything. But other people did pay him, which made him go after other content creators because, hey, now I have a new business. I'm going to report crypto content creators and demand that they pay me money to get their accounts back. And the reason why a big reason why other people paid him and I didn't is because they need their TikTok accounts to make a living. I do not need my TikTok account to make a living. I have plenty of ways to make money, including just trading. Which, you know, if I could go back to 2020, I'll be honest with you, I created all my accounts in 2020. But if I could go back to 2020, I honestly would probably have just been like, you know what, I'm not going to create any content. I'm just going to focus on trading. I'd probably be in a lot better financial position right now if that were the case. So why Vchain for sure? There's a lot that goes into that answer. I mean, Vchain, good tokenomics. Very good tokenomics. The chart looks good right now. It looks like it's broken through some resistance. It has not had its big pump, unlike other cryptos right now. So, and I think it will. I think if you were to, you know, somebody asked me, give me one crypto. If you had to put $100,000 into one crypto and that crypto, you know, you had to double your position, what would you say? And I said Vchain. So would you buy Render right now? Man, again, I'm down on AI cryptos. I mean, maybe next cycle. I don't think, you know, they've already had their big bull runs. You know, they're 100Xs. And there's still people up huge on that stuff. I mean, it can still go up, but 5 months play turned into 3X on ETH. Yeah. Thank you, JN. ETH moved off Coinbase to Phantom Wallet, still up. I don't know what you're saying. I think congrats. Isn't Near AI? I think Near is a layer one that's trying to grab a hold of AI. I think of when I thought of Near in 2021, I thought of a layer one, not an AI. I know people call Near AI, but it's a little bit different. What type of bull run are you expecting? October, December? Could we see something like Q4 2023? Q4 2023? No. That was still when Bitcoin dominance was rising. I think we're going to have a blow off top. All right. For Bitcoin, I don't think we're going to see a new all-time high in August or September. But after everything that's happened, the big beautiful bill, raising the debt ceiling by $5 trillion, just where we are with liquidity, I do think that we are going to see a blow off top, but that again, it's not going to be as significant as 2021 or 2018, but there's multiple gains. There, you know, some of you will become millionaires. Some of you who are not millionaires now will become millionaires. WikiCat thoughts? Nah, no thanks. No thoughts. I have no idea what that is. I'm assuming it's some random meme coin. I moved off Coinbase in profit, but did I buy in higher by moving it? Oh. Man, if you're talking about tax implications, I really don't know, JN. I'm sorry. Do you think BitTensor Tau will 5x from here? If so, do you have a price prediction? It's possible. When I made my first ever price prediction video on BitTensor, I gave a $2,761 target. Tau, it's a pretty large market cap crypto. You got to be aware of that, though. So I like Tau right now. I like it for an entry. Same project's been asked about 4 years ago. Can you say bag holders? I laugh and cry. Thoughts on ICP? I think it's good to accumulate. Don't expect anything crazy. How did the ETH narrative change like overnight? It was so dead. You're not wrong, Cyrus. You're absolutely not wrong. And listen, I still say it's AOL. It is. It's the worst layer one from everything fundamental. But I think what could happen with Ethereum is kind of a change in narrative as to what it is. So Bitcoin started out as a peer-to-peer exchange, whatever, you know, and it transformed into digital gold. Ethereum is started out as the place where you build everything on it. And you know what? I mean, there are certain layer twos addressing the gas fees and transaction speed and all of that. But it may just be that Ethereum is just, hey, you know, institutions want to invest in this asset that people have an interest in, and there's potential for it to grow. And you know, there is a lot that is built on Ethereum that is just going to stay on Ethereum. Like Aave is a beast. Aave is built on Ethereum, and DeFi lending. I mean, that's a huge deal. Thoughts on KeyCat, one of the lowest market cap memes on Coinbase, and just did a commercial with the NFL. I mean, I like base memes. I like KeyCat. Yeah, I think it can do well, but I mean, it's a meme coin. I don't really have a ton of thoughts on it. Is Superverse done? Are you talking about Superverse? I don't think it's done. You know, I think a lot of these altcoins are going to do multiple X's from here, and a lot of them are at bear market bottoms. So, hi, Alex. You think we'll have Euphoria this year? I think Q4. I could see Q4. I remember when you said ETH will die off after the cycle ends. Mackie, I did not say that. What I said is that it will go the way of AOL. People still use AOL, but I mean in terms of TVL and in terms of usage, Ethereum will not be the number one place you go to. What do you think about DAG? DAG chart has no signs of life right now, but maybe eventually. What are your thoughts on Ton? Ton might be ready. Ton had a major, large distribution all throughout 2024 and into 2025. I mean, Ton did very well in 2024. And so now it's clearly an accumulation, more accumulation. That could still take some time, but I think Ton will get back to its previous range and then maybe even go higher from there. Do you have any qualms moving AVAX to SUI and ADA and Pole and DOT? All right, SUI to ADA and Polygon and DOT into Link. Yeah, I have some qualms with that. Oh, AVAX and SUI to ADA. Okay. I thought you were saying AVAX to SUI. Listen, I don't love the questions of, should I move this crypto to this crypto? Because what you're going to find, I wouldn't be surprised at all if Polygon and Polkadot outperformed Link. All right, because, yeah, Link's killing it. But when I see what I see with Link, that means that its upside potential is more limited. You know, Polkadot could do a 3x from here and still do terribly. You know, Polkadot could do a 3x, and what would it get to? I don't think Chainlink's doing a 3x from here. I don't. I have much lower expectations for Chainlink. Polkadot could do a 3x and still not get to $12. Polkadot will probably get to $12. So that's my problem with that. Just things like that, you know. Please block that guy. What guy? Is somebody talking trash? Oh, Benny? Is it Benny with the H's? What are you doing, Benny? You can be muted at least. Going the way of AOL is dying. Who said that? LOL. Whatever. I just don't really care. I don't really care to go back and forth about that. Maybe I was wrong to say even that it's going the way of AOL. It's going the way of AOL in usage on the actual Ethereum blockchain. On the layer 2s, who knows? You think AVAX can do at least 3x? I think it could, yeah. What's your price target for Aerodrome? It's not hitting. You know, I think I said something originally much higher, like 30 something. No, my target's like $3 now. All right, LOL last time my average price on Coinbase was 1900. I moved 90% onto Phantom at 4800. Is my new price of ETH 4800? Man. All right, so the tax implications of that, I know that, you know, you essentially, in Coinbase's eyes, you sold your your Ethereum. You moved it to Phantom. What's your new price? Your price is still 1900. That's what it should be in your head. Say to $1. Yeah, say to $1. I could see that. Been collecting ETH since 2021. What price do you think is a good sell in your opinion for this cycle? My average is 1500. Oh, wow. I would just start DCAing out of it after a new all-time high. You know, maybe you want to wait till like 6,000. I think it's going to go higher than that. But good entry on Aave. Oh, wow. Aave did very well. I didn't notice that. How about the 702? 314. ICP 60 to 80. No. What would realistically have to be invest to turn into 100K? There's no realistic anything in crypto, man. I'm sorry. Like, what do you want me to say? You want to say 10K? Can you turn 10K into 100K? Yes, you can. Sure. Can you realistically turn 10K to 100K? If you had 10K and you turned it into 100K, not shocking at all. The thing is, you know, a lot of people, their peak, I mean, this is going to happen to, I would say, to every one of you. Whatever your portfolio is at the peak, it's going to be a decent amount lower when you exit. And it's okay. That's a part of it. You know, I sold more than half of my crypto from February to March of 2024. My peak was probably double of my exit, and yet I still killed it. That's how I would view that. You know, there was a crypto that I saw more than a 100x on. The value of my holdings at one point was over $100,000, and at the end of the day, when I exited, and I don't have that crypto anymore, I think I got $50,000 out of it. And that was, I counted that as a huge win. That's just how you have to look at it. It's like, it's unrealistic to think, all right, I'm going to turn 10K into 100K, and then when I get it to 100K, I'm going to cash out. No, you won't. You will think, oh, this is going to go. And I would say even, you know, if you had the mentality, the discipline to turn 10K into 100K, and then you just cashed out all of it at 100K, you are like a wizard to me. You're in this world of I have no idea how anyone could have the mental fortitude to do something like that. And you could also miss out on turning 100K to $1 million. So good luck with that. Chainlink 74 plus. I know a lot of people are saying that. As of right now, I disagree. HEEHEE millionaire in coins. I need it to rip. Hey, under this scenario where we have a blow off top, HEEHEE's going to rip. 8 out of 350. Yeah, I can see that. All right. Hello, DevTuber. Oh, yeah. Thoughts on Rose? Eventually. No, Rose looks terrible right now. But eventually, I mean, look at, I think it's Inspect. So this can happen with any crypto, with literally any crypto. Inspect looked absolutely dead. Just looked dead, looked worse than Rose for sure. And then, boom, off. So, okay. JN, I see your comment. Good to know. That's the best point I've heard in a while. Okay. Hey, Fake Coach JV is in the house. What's up, Fake Coach JV? How you doing, man? Always good to see you. You didn't follow me. That's interesting. Gemini XRP MasterCard dropped today. Oh, wow. All right. I have the Gemini credit card. I'm getting 4% back on gasoline. It's awesome. It is awesome. Send me a message if you want a referral link. I'd be greatly appreciated. I'll get $50 worth of Bitcoin, and you'll get $50 worth of Bitcoin. But I could get rewarded in XRP, so I don't know what the deal with the XRP MasterCard is. I could choose to get rewarded in XRP. Do you think this is the last cycle for ETH being number 2? That's a tough one. I might be wrong about that. I might have been wrong about that. And the reason why is like looking at the institutional appetite for it right now. I would not be surprised. Now, number two in what? Number two in market cap. I could see next cycle ETH being flipped for a time. That's the thing. So, two different questions here. Could ETH be flipped next cycle? I don't think it's going to get flipped this cycle. But could it be flipped next cycle? Yes. But what does that look like? That could look like for a day, something else has a larger market cap than Ethereum. That's my mentality. All right, chat about API 3. Oh, yeah, API 3 was killing it recently. What's up with API 3? That's not ApeCoin, API 3. Oh, now might be a really good time to get into API 3. Now, listen, it has a massive candle that it could fill. But this might be a good time to buy API 3. XRP at one point had a higher market cap than ETH. 2018 was that year. I was looking at Gemini card, pin the code. I don't know where I could find that referral link right now during the live stream in real time, but send me a message. Do you have any thoughts on Epic? Yeah, send it, guys. Send me a message. I'll respond to all your messages if you want that link in the card. My only request is if you send me a message on TikTok, what people then do is feel like that I'm their open DM service, which I just don't have time for that. Okay, so send me a message on TikTok. I'll respond to it. I'll open it up. But please don't feel the freedom to just message me with every random question that you ask. I wish if I had an assistant. I don't know. I don't have time. That would literally be what I would do all day, every day, would be answering people's messages. All right, thoughts on Epic price target $10? Maybe $10. I mean, I just take it stride by stride. I like Epic right now. All right. So could it get to $10? Sure. It's too new for me to give a price target. All right, ZRO. Layer 0, not really showing any signs of life, but it's on Coinbase, and so I'm sure they're going to try to extract some liquidity out of people by pumping it and getting people excited about it. Thank you, Luxury Cigar Reviewer. Okay. AXGT, probably, yeah, I can't recommend this, not right now. Maybe at some point. Can Sui do an ETH or Sol in future cycles? There's potential. Yeah. I'd probably be loading up on some Bitcoin Cash right now too, pretty soon. Filecoin has the worst tokenomics out of every top 100 crypto. Just keep that in mind. The chart looks like death. I have no interest in touching this. Could it go higher? Sure. It's probably going to go higher at some point, but no, thank you. Dilation is cooked. Dilution. Already talked about API 3. Yeah, Filecoin. Yep. Still in your ICP long? Yeah, I'm fine. Hold on to it for a while. Thoughts on Shadow? Somebody else asked me about Shadow. What is SHDW? Is that it? ADA. I already said ADA's at a good entry right now. All right, so Shadow had a nice volume spike. Is it going to hold a 200-day? I mean, I wouldn't touch it. Honestly, I wouldn't touch it. To start buying now, Sui or Say? I think Say. Sui's pumped a little too much lately. I mean, over the summer at least. I'd say Say. Thoughts on LCX? It's the same thoughts on LCX always. It'll bore you to death and pump out of nowhere. Oh, man. All right, I'm getting bombarded. Good entry for Fartcoin. Let's thoughts on Yeezy? I'm still shorting Yeezy. That was a gift. Thank you, Luxury Cigar Reviewer. Maybe this is a good entry on Fartcoin right now, I mean, it seems like it's been holding the 200-day, but at the same time, every time it goes down to that level, it might get weaker. But I'd take a stab at it. Polkadot, AVAX, already talked about that. How's Solana looking for the rest of the cycle? I don't think it's going to double from here, but I think Solana looks really good. It looks very bullish right now. I mean, it's just very, very large market cap crypto. I don't think Bitcoin Cash is going to reach 9,600. No, but I'm in it for the gains. ICP thoughts of 2024 highs? Yeah, I think so. I mean, I don't think it's going to go above 30 or something like that, but 2024 highs, sure. What is that? $20.92. I think 20 to 25 maybe. All right, Turbo. What can Turbo do? I have no idea, but I know a lot of people like Turbo. New all-time high. All-time high is 1.4 or something. So I'll say that. You think September will be higher month than October? No. October is usually a really exciting month, and I think that's going to be still the same. SPX 6900. I regret buying some SPX 6900. I should have just held it in Ethereum. But I have some, and I think it's going to outperform Ethereum at some point here, Doesn't this crypto fad feel exactly the same as the dot-com bubble? Correct. I've compared it to that all the time. And when it pops, Bitcoin will be AOL. Absolutely not. No. You got to remember that there were some cryptos or some dot-coms that actually survived and thrived. I would say that Bitcoin is like Amazon. Amazon went from $100 a share down to $4 a share and then up to $3,000 a share. That's going to be Bitcoin. I mean, I don't know if it's going to lose 96% of its value, but you're not saying anything new, Phil. I'm sure you're thinking that you're making an original comment. We've heard it all before. And I do agree with you on that, but comparing Bitcoin to AOL, that's nonsense. All right, Pengu. I mean, Pengu could just reaccumulate in this range for a while. So I'm not like, what do I expect for Pengu right now? Nothing crazy. Let's see ETH hit a new all-time high. Let's see a lot of excitement for altcoins come. I'm still holding my Pengu bag, and I'm up a good amount on it. I think it'll do well. Is Bitcoin Cash a long-term hold like Bitcoin? Ooh, I mean, I can't necessarily say no to that. And the reason why, listen, I'm selling all my Bitcoin Cash. I'm not holding on to a dime of it. But did you know? I mean, Bitcoin Cash outperformed Bitcoin in the bear market. It didn't dump as much as Bitcoin did. So, and Bitcoin Cash has been one of the stronger cryptos. But no, I'm only holding my Bitcoin and some HEEHEE in the bear market. Doge to $1 possible? It's possible. I'm not playing that. I'm not messing around with Doge to $1. Dynex, I bought some Dynex. I have some. I think it's at a great level to buy. I'll just say that. Good entry. What was the other one? Supra. I have no idea what this is. That doesn't look good at all. Isn't sitting in cash wise? Yeah, maybe for your grandparents. Maybe, sitting in what cash? Sitting in the dollar? No. Sitting in the Swiss franc? I'd say that's wise. So, if you're going to exit into Swiss franc, don't exit into the dollar. I could see Polygon getting to $1, JN. Would you take any profits on Aave? I already did a while ago. I'm just holding the rest of my bag now. Amp's dead. Will it do something? Sure. You know what? I could see Amp doing something, but it is dead. I mean, like, if you go to their website, they're trying to, they've launched some other crypto and they're hyping that up. Like, literally, it's dead. Now, can it do a dead cat bounce? Sure. Sui or ADA from here, Cardano. CRV, good entry. Now I have a bigger bag of Sui than I do than Cardano. Man, an entry. Maybe now, but I'm not. I wouldn't enter Curve now. There's just too much. I mean, it spiked up so much from early July to August that I'm wondering if it's going to fill some gaps here. I'm going to have to just, I don't know, for Curve. All right, guys. I'm about out of time. Sorry. I wish I could respond to every comment. It just got too hot in here. So I'll talk to you later. Let me finish on YouTube here. So how's your Monday so far? Dazzle, man. It's a good day. Can't complain. Hope you're having a good day. Alex, what is dogs and why is it always the most visited list on CMC? I don't know. Maybe that's a strategy of theirs. I don't go to CoinMarketCap that much, honestly, man. So where's most visited? I don't even know. I don't see it. Danny, I already looked at Quant. I did mention around $100. It's at 104, you know. So 100. Where does Litecoin go from here on out? 350. All right, I'm going to be done. Have a good one.